Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of Enlighten Hour, where we highlight voices shaping the future. I am your host Mohammad Zainul Abdi, and today's guest is someone who proved that being a student is never a barrier to build impact. He is a computer science senior at LUMS and the founder of TrevaTutor, an AI tutor to design to give a student a truly personalized learning experience. A tutor that adapts to how you learn, understand your pace, and help you master concept with clarity and confidence. He also worked on another startup which is RozMarrah, which give him early experience in building an alternating product. Beyond his startup journey, Ali is deeply interested in AI, education technology, and entrepreneurship. Let's welcome Ali Sikander to the show. Hello, Ali.
Hamilton Jan, how are you?
I'm fine. Ali, it's an absolute pleasure to have you. Let's start with your story. So, Ali, I have first question with you. That is, could you give us a quick introduction about yourself, like your LUMS journey and how you interested in a startup?
Um, so my name is Ali Sikander. I'm a senior at LUMS studying computer science. My journey at LUMS has been like transformative. Beyond academics, it really gave me exposure to ideas, peers, and mentors who like shaped how I think. And I've always been like drawn to building things from scratch. And at LUMS, I realized that startups were the fastest way to turn an idea into something real that can impact people.
Nice. Like that shows and motivation and inspire to the students. My second question to you, Ali, is what first pushed you toward entrepreneurship while still a student?
I grew up noticing how many problems in education and like students and daily life went unsolved. At LUMS, I saw peers with great potential but limited access to resources like good tutoring or like freelance services. That actually sparked the urge to try solving it myself instead of waiting for someone else. I think being a student is actually the best time you can take risks, experiment, and learn without huge responsibilities holding you back. So, like, I just jumped right into my first venture, which was called RozMarrah, and it was basically a freelancing platform of a sort. So that went on for a year. I got some good experience in that, and now it's my second venture. Alhamdulillah, like it's going pretty well.
Oh, that's great. Before moving forward, I want to share my own startup. Basically, I am working on uh, a startup which produce bioplastic from the agriculture waste. So basically, I am focusing on a climate change and sustainability. So while focusing on that problem, I can start a startup that is like it is on a prototype stage. There are different stage for the startup like ideation and execution. So moving toward the third question, Ali, did you face criticism from people saying it's too early to start, and how did you deal with that? Like how you convince them like I can do it or further?
Yes, absolutely. Many people literally said like focus on your degree first, or it's too early, or you're too young. But I believe that criticism is proof that you're doing something unconventional. I dealt it, I dealt with it by like grounding myself in the problem I was solving. As long as students found value in what we built, I knew I was on the right path. And I actually had some good supporters, people who supported me from ground up, my family, my parents, my brothers, my best friend. They were all like always like in the mood of a support. So that actually helped me to, fight off all the critics.
Yes. Yes, Ali. I think every young founder faces this issue and they want a little support to move forward.
Yeah.
Moving toward my fourth question, that is, what major challenges did you face balancing academic and startup work, and how did you overcome them? And one more thing, you can tell the extracurricular you participate.
Then there's only one thing, and that's time. There were actually weeks when assignments and startup deadlines collided. I had to apply to incubators, I had to ship my product, I had to actually study for my meds, my finals, and like do all my assignments. And these all things collided with one another. I had to be disciplined, scheduling strict time blocks, prioritizing tasks, and sometimes sacrificing social life. My friends were out there partying, and I was actually working at that point. So I also learned to delegate. You can't do everything yourself. Building a reliable team is crucial, and I owe it to my co-founder. He's Ahmed. He's from Fast, and like we have a pretty good chemistry between us. And like whenever one of us is like busy in something else, the other one takes over, and it sort of works out for the best of us.
That's great because it is important to prioritize your task and some student struggling managing their studies and extracurricular. So it is great to hear you manage your tasks perfectly. So now I want to ask some question related to your startup Trivia Tutor. So my first question is, how did the idea of Trivia Tutor come to your life, and how did you validate that a student actually needed it?
Then it all started with a simple observation. Students struggle to keep up with lectures and then rely on expensive tuitions. The private tuition market in
Yes.
Pakistan and across the world is $1 billion market, and we actually pay thousands and thousands of rupees every month to actually pay for tutors who don't really know you. I personally grew up with uh, having private tutors coming to my house without knowing a single thing about me and the way that I actually learned the best. So we asked, what if like AI could act like a personal tutor because this is the way of AI. AI is literally good in everything. It's like your third co-founder, it's your coding intern, it's everything for you. So we tested early prototypes at two universities in Pakistan. Over 100 students tried it, and their feedback actually gave us confidence that this was solving a real pain point. And then all we did was just double down on that exact same problem that we were solving. And Alhamdulillah, it's going pretty great now.
That's great. I want to say those people who say AI हमारी जॉब खा जाएगी. On other hand, AI is helping on a large scale, like different people taking help from AI to create different models and help in different perspective. So
Yeah.
my second question to you, Ali, is before TrevaTutor, you also work on RozMarrah. Tell us about that project and how it shaped your startup journey. And I think it is for the startup,
Yeah. So RozMarrah was
RozMarrah.
actually a gig economy platform that we built in the last couple of years. And what we wanted to do was to connect people with people providing daily tasks and services. We didn't scale the way we wanted it to, but it actually taught me the fundamentals on how to launch, get traction, and most importantly, when to pivot. That learning actually gave us the courage to build TrevaTutor. And like one thing that I actually want to mention over here is that it's the one thing that you actually want to learn in a startup ecosystem is actually when you have to pivot. People actually tend to stick to their first startups or their first products like it's their own baby or something like that. And and for me personally, it was actually very difficult to move on as well because you have invested so much time in that and it's your first thing and you actually believe that it's going to be the next $1 billion thing. But that's not always true. In fact, 99% of the time, it's not true. So, one learning that you actually get from building things again and again from scratch is first how to be scrappy, how to take things in a slightly better direction, and exactly pivot when you have to. Yeah.
That's great. Ali, I want your opinion. What is your opinion about failure?
Then failure is a thing, like we've all heard so many cliche things like without failure you can't succeed and all that. Um, and they're actually true. But you have to take in what's the best in that particular time frame, right? So failure can be a lot of things. Failure can be, for example, in our startup, we fail every day, right? What is failure to us? Failure is actually a setback, that if we wanted to achieve one thing, we couldn't do so in the right time. For example, if I wanted to get out my product in like 30 days, I got it out in 50 days. So that's a failure to me. But it doesn't have to mean that like there's no going back from that, right? So failure, I think, is something that actually teaches you in its own way, and you actually have to learn from that. Because if I shipped out RozMarrah in like 4 months, right? It took us 4 months to ship RozMarrah. It took us only 1 month to ship TrevaTutor, right? So that failure that I faced in at the time of RozMarrah, that actually taught me how to actually take things in the right direction this time, and I actually learned from my mistakes. And like that's the whole concept of failure. It's not just कि आपने एक चीज कर ली है तो आप उस पे मतलब आप अब वो चीज खत्म हो गई है. It's never that. You keep on trying again and again. I know if this startup fails, because startups आपके कभी भी ये नहीं होता कि आप if like 1,000 users are using it, so uh, it's a full-fledged startup. Startup किसी भी point पे fail हो सकता है. If even if you have $1 million ARR, right? उस point पे भी fail हो सकता है. But उसमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ ये चीज है कि आपने देखना है कि what's the learning out of that, and that is the whole concept of failure.
Oh, right, that's great. My second next question is that what makes TrevaTutor different from traditional tutoring or AI learning, other AI learning tools?
So basically, traditional tutoring is expensive and not scalable. Like, I belong to a good family background, alhamdulillah, right? My parents and my family were able to provide good private tutors to me. They were able to send me to good schools and colleges. But that's not the case with everyone, right? Not everyone has the means or the
Yes.
finances to do so. So, like, that's where we differentiate from traditional tutoring, number one. How we differ from other AI learning tools: other AI tools are actually general purpose and not tuned for student learning. What TrevaTutor is that it's actually designed to act like a real teacher. It explains clearly, it adapts to your pace and uses your own lectures and notes as context. So if I was asked a question, what's the difference between GPT and like TrevaTutor? Like GPT can actually summarize very well, but GPT doesn't have the context of you as a person. That's what we are trying to inculcate in this particular platform. So, like the whole buzzword of giving a personalized learning experience, that's actually wrapped up around the concept that it knows you, knows the way how you learn, knows the way how you actually study, understand things, understand concepts, and then teaches you in that particular way, right? And like this is sort of our way of giving back to the society as well, because right now it's not at that level, but we our vision is that like we want to bring it to like people who can't actually talk, who can't actually speak, who can't actually hear, or autistic people or blind people. So these are special people who need special attention. So if they were uh, like if they didn't have the means or the finances to afford a private tutor who would actually cater to their own needs, then they would have to go to an academy or something of the sort, or go to a school where a teachers actually focus on the entire class, which consists of like 50 or 60 students, and that teacher can't actually relate to that particular person, the needs of that particular person, the difficulties that that particular person is facing. That's what we want to build in this, कि हर बंदे का अपना एक टीचर है, अपना एक ट्यूटर है, लाइफ लॉन्ग ट्यूटर है, जब वो शुरू से बच्चा है तब से वो शुरू करे until that point, like, because आपकी जिंदगी में learning never stops. It's not just for students, it's for everyone who's
Yes.
learning anything anywhere in the world. My brother is a startup founder as well. My brother is using it to actually learn how to navigate go to market for startups, right? So he's learning that. So
Yes.
that's what our vision for TrevaTutor is.
Uh, that's great. It add unique value for the audience, and I personally I also use TrevaTutor from now by listening you and the value of it, and it's truly helpful for the new generation and student like in their free from like private tutors and etc.
Yeah.
So now we are talking about some give some benefit to our student, like how they do their entrepreneurship journey and etc. So my first question, Ali, with you is how can a student actually become entrepreneur while still studying? Is it about money, resource, or more about mindset?
Um, then it's more about mindset and resourcefulness. Money helps, but your first resource is people, friends who actually join your team, your professors who advise you, your early users who test your idea. If you can manage time and like stay persistent, you can make progress even as a student. Not saying money is not important for a startup, but we built Terra Tutor from the ground up with investing 0 rupees. We invested money in RozMarrah. That was our mistake, right? And like that's the best thing of a tech startup. You don't actually need money to actually build a business. There are literally people building billion-dollar businesses from their homes without spending a single dollar or a single rupee. And that's the beautiful thing of AI, tech, and any other thing. So money is good. It's necessary when you want to scale, when you want to actually bring in loads of users and bring in different features. But to actually start, you don't need money. You only need the right mindset, a good idea, and people who can actually advise you on that idea, whether people would use it, and actually the mindset of speed and stealth. What I mean by stealth is you don't have to go on announcing to the world that I'm doing this and I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm starting a startup. No, you build in stealth, you don't tell anyone, right? Once it's built, then you go to your initial users and then just roll it to them. And um, they'll give you the advice on how to make it better and everything. So yeah, that's about it.
Ali, you was totally right because it is totally depend on the mindset. If you have mindset, you can do anything. My
Yeah.
next question with you is what practical tips would you share with the student who thinking about launching their own businesses and what the very first step, like in each ideation stage or
I'm a firm believer in the fact that if you're not a user of your own business, then it's not a good business. Then you're not trying to solve the real problem and you're just doing it for money. You should never do a business for money. You should do it because it actually inspires you to solve a real problem and actually build something that's your own. So, my first advice on people who want to become entrepreneurs and like want to start, and the very first step would be figure out a problem that you are having in your daily life. Figure out a solution to that problem in a very scrappy way. I'll give you I'll give you the example of how I did this. When we started RozMarrah, there was this problem that people wanted people to do assignments, right? People wanted
yes,
students to do assignments, and there was this whole like chain of like connecting people. Like मेरा एक दोस्त है वो एक बंदे को जानता है वो अगले एक बंदे को जानता है and that change sort of usually connected us. What we did was actually create a WhatsApp group. It didn't cost us anything. We just created a WhatsApp group in LUMS just to test out whether it's working or not. That one WhatsApp group expanded to 23 WhatsApp groups across Pakistan with freelancers in tens of thousands and clients in tens of thousands. And that got us started, right? So talk to 10 people who face the problem you're solving. Listen more than you talk. If their eyes light up and like they say, yes, I'd pay for this, you're onto something.
Right. Basically, if you can find a problem easily, you can do a startup. So, my next question, Ali, with you is, can you tell me four or more skills which can entrepreneur must have to succeed?
These are the four things that every entrepreneur needs. Number one is communication, pitching and selling your
Right.
product or your business. Number two is resilience, handling failure because you're gonna fail every damn day, every moment of your startup journey. Number three is time management, balancing studies and startup life. You need to figure out a way to actually take both of these side by side. And it's not just if you're a student entrepreneur, it's gonna be along your life. You're gonna need work-life balance and not that kind of person who works 24 hours a day. I work those 10 to 12 hours a day and I have my other commitments in life. I have a social life. I have other things that I need to tend to. I have family as well, right? So it's not just studies, it's gonna be tagging along you your whole life. And the last thing is learning ability, picking up new skills fast because you're never gonna be equipped with the whole information bucket or the knowledge of the world when you start. You, in fact, you're not gonna even know a single thing, but the learning ability that you have in yourself is gonna help you grow.
ओके हाउ यू टेल लाइक अगर कोई बच्चा बोलता है कि मुझे ये स्किल बिल्ड करनी है तो वो कोई कम्युनिकेशन का कोर्स कर रहा होता है या इस तरह तो आप उसको कैसे बोलेंगे कि वो किस तरह लाइक स्किल बिल्ड कर सकता है
All these courses are shit. कोई फायदा नहीं है इन कोर्सेज का. Communication you can't learn from courses. Just talk to people, man. Talk to people. Talk to your friends. Talk to your peers. Tell them your idea. हर बंदे में humans are social animals, right? They want to talk to people.
यस
Even introverts want to talk to people. And अल्लाह ने हर बंदे में एक ability दी है बात करने की. अगर जुबान है आपके पास, that means you can talk, right? आप अपने घर वालों से बात करते हो
राइट
ना, right? That means you can talk. अगर आप अपने घर वालों को कन्विंस कर सकते हो कि it's a good idea, it's gonna be worth something. अगर आप अपने बेस्ट फ्रेंड को कन्विंस कर सकते हो then you can literally convince anyone. It's not you can't learn communication in on like Coursera or anything anywhere else or even TrevaTutor. Seriously, communication आप बोल के सीखते हो. आप जितनी उसको प्रैक्टिस करोगे
राइट
it's gonna end up in your laps.
So Ali, in your experience, what is the most common reason why startup actually fail?
Then there's only one reason why startups fail and that's because people give up. जो हम लोग देखते हैं स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम को रील्स में इंस्टा पे लिंक्डइन पे इट्स ऑल बज हर बंदा बस ये दिखा रहा होता है everyone is actually showing their high points of a startup journey on their socials. No one's actually telling about what failures they had and what kind of setbacks they had to go through. And the only reason that startups fail are because people give up. अगर आप 10 बंदों को एक प्रोडक्ट सेल कर सकते हैं that means that startup is worth something and you can actually scale it to like thousands and millions of people as well. The only reason people aren't able to do so is because बहुत लोग जल्दी give up कर जाते हैं and that's the only reason. उसके अलावा कोई specific reason नहीं. हाँ, specific startups में specific reasons होते हैं. कुछ आपको कंस्ट्रेंट्स आ जाते हैं जिसकी वजह से आप जैसे अब रोजमर्रा का अगर मैं बताऊं रोजमर्रा हमने द ओनली रीजन वी लाइक मूव्ड ऑन फ्रॉम रोजमर्रा वाज बिकॉज हम जेन एआई को टैकल नहीं कर सकते थे बिकॉज जेन एआई वाज एक्चुअली गोना टेक ओवर आवर होल इंडस्ट्री. हम ये कर सकते थे कि हम लोग उसी चीज को जेन एआई में कन्वर्ट कर देते हमारा स्टार्टअप जिंदा रहता बट दैट वाज आवर डिसीजन दैट वी वांटेड टू बिल्ड समथिंग एल्स नाउ. So we didn't fail at that point. We just
Yes.
made a decision to actually move on to something that was more personal and felt better at that point. So yeah,
Okay, that's great, Ali. Now we are at the rapid fire round. मैं आपसे कुछ सवाल पूछूंगा थोड़े से और फिर आपको जो भी माइंड में है उसका आंसर कर देना है। जो भी आए बस उसमें। सो स्टार्ट करते हैं। फेवरेट एथलीट?
Cristiano Ronaldo,
मॉर्निंग पर्सन और नाइट आउल?
night out,
फेवरेट एंटरप्रेन्योर यू एडमायर?
Jeff Bezos,
फेवरेट फूड?
biryani,
कॉफ़ी और चाय?
coffee,
पर्सनली आई डोंट लाइक बोथ। फेवरेट like best university you admire?
LUMS,
LUMS. Favorite subject?
psychology.
Thank you, Ali. Now we are moving toward the end of the our podcast. In the end, I am asking you two more questions. Like, looking back, my first question is, looking back, what one thing you would want to definitely if you had to start over?
What? Okay, that's a tough question. I'd bring in more speed into my startup.
In first one or in trivia tutor?
The first one. I actually हमने जो हम उस चीज में हमने नहीं की थी वो हम ट्रेवा में कर रहे हैं. That's actually helping us quite a lot. So yeah, I think we're on the right path.
Okay, Ali. My last question is, if you had to leave our listener with three key pieces of advice for a student who want to start their own business, what would they be?
The first one is don't think just do. The
Okay.
second one is the second one is have faith in Allah and the plan that He has written for you. आपकी आपका risk, आपका everything, it's all written in tangible forms in your kismet, right? You just
Right.
have to work hard for it. So अगर मैं आज सोचूं कि आज मेरी फंड रेजिंग का राउंड ये वाला राउंड कब होगा फिर अगले वाला राउंड कब होगा I can never actually survive in this world. I just need to have faith and I just need to keep working on. And the third is have belief in yourself that you can actually do. बड़े बोल बोल देने चाहिए बंदे को.
That's great. Ali, it's been a true honor having you on Enlighten Hour. Your journey shows that entrepreneurship is not about waiting for the right time. It's about starting where you are with you have. To all our listeners, remember students, years can be best years to build, experiment, and grow. Take the first step, believe in your ideas, and you never know how far it can go. This is Mohammad Zainul Abdin signing off. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and stay aligned. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz, Ali.
Allah Hafiz.